It's Wednesday. It's 5-Minute Rehab Day. Come on in, come on in. This is Taisha Presley, the owner and the founder of Legacy Empowerment Services. We are a mental health private practice. We're located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we work with adolescents and young adults who have experienced some type of dysfunction and want to rehabilitate their lives. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. And if you are not having a wonderful Wednesday, you can always start over. You can always take a deep breath. You take that woosah. You can always collect your thoughts, and you can always make a decision today in this moment to move in the opposite direction that you're going in right now. And that's how you rehabilitate your lives in 3 steps, right? All right. So I want to talk a little bit today about relationship management. So I've been getting a lot of questions about expectations and boundaries and what the difference in them are. So in my world, we have these really sometimes complicated relationships that have a lot of times complicated people. We are complex individuals, aren't we? And so we bring all of those complex thoughts and complex feelings and complex needs into this relationship. And sometimes, you know what? Within ourselves, we have these really big expectations or goals or thoughts, wants, wishes, hopes. We have that inside of our mind about another person within a relationship, and we don't even actually communicate them to the other person. We just kind of operate out of these assumptions that this person knows exactly what our expectations are and they're going to meet them regardless to what they are. Now, expectations, you know what, are all about you. Expectations are all about you. They are about what you need, what you want, what you desire. They're all about where you are right now in your life, your thoughts, your values, all of that stuff, all about you, right? And it essentially, when you have those expectations, you are putting your power into someone else's hands, because either they can meet your expectations or they can't. And you know what? A lot of times they can't, because we assume that they know what they are. And sometimes our expectations are so big that they can't be met. Let's just be honest, they can't be met. And so one thing that I tell people is that sometimes we have to manage our expectations, meaning we got to sometimes, because they are all about us, sometimes we have to take into account other people, where they are in their life. You know, sometimes we got to take into account their history. Sometimes we have to take into account what they're willing or not willing to do. And when you are able to manage your expectations, that helps you to not feel so disappointed. That helps your relationships to grow, because you give other people grace just like you give yourself grace. I hope you're giving yourself grace, by the way. I always say, show yourself grace. I hope you're giving yourself grace. But when you manage your expectations, you allow for grace, because you know that sometimes your expectations are so big that others are not able to meet them. So that brings them down to palatable sizes so that you can move and that you can grow within your relationships. But what I always advocate, you always know I'm going to advocate that you create boundaries for yourself, and boundaries are your power. Boundaries are the limits within the relationship. Boundaries help protect you, they help protect the other person, and they help protect the relationship. But it's not a boundary until you actually say it. It's not a boundary until you say what you need specifically. And if the person is not able to meet that boundary, that expectation, that verbalized expectation, then that's how you know how to adjust accordingly. So those are my thoughts about managing expectations and boundaries within a relationship. I want to know what you think. I want to know how you see the difference between boundaries and the difference between expectations. Drop those in the comments below. And as always, I will see you next time.